Hi everybody, thanks for joining me for this week's question and answer video. My name is Dave and I'm a life coach and I'm making these videos to help you guys heal, learn, recover from your trauma. So please, please, please ask questions. Ask anything you want. No such thing as a bad question, only bad answers. I'll try to give my best. Repeat questions are great. Off topic, anything you want. I'll tell you if it's too personal. All I ask is please give your locations. Let us know where you are at. It kind of gives a feeling of being together and not being alone. You're not the only one experiencing this. So please ask questions. And you guys that are watching this, that love my answers, like my answers, go down below and read all the comments. People really share a lot of their own personal experiences and things that I don't consider or forget about and things like this. So please look at the comments. If you guys think that this is benefiting you or can benefit somebody else, I really need your support. All you have to do is push one button, subscribe. You can also vote up or down, comment down below, ask questions, share this video with someone else, okay? Thank you very much. All right. So first I want to say thank you to Erie for your donation. Thank you very much. I think you're the third donation I've had this year. So thank you very much for your donation. I appreciate your gesture. There's nothing more to say thank you to somebody else than give them your hard-earned money when you don't know them. So thank you very much, Erie. I appreciate you and everybody else who supports this channel. Thank you. I like to recommend something every week. I hope that helps your healing journey, recovering from trauma, learning about yourself. This week, I'm going to recommend to plant something and grow it. Okay? It's so good in healing and it can be very creative, which really opens our mind up to healing. Okay? Creativity, artistic things. So this week, plant and grow. Okay, so plant indoor, plant outdoor, plant a tree outside, an herb or vegetable garden, fruit trees, even wheatgrass on your windowsill, and juice it and consume it. It's good for you. So what I did is I just quickly looked up something for ideas for indoor plants. I'm going to put the link down below if you guys are interested. I hope you are. Check this out. It's pretty cool. These are things that we need to do, guys. If you're not doing much, if you're isolating, you don't have many interests in life, just push yourself, okay? So right now I make this suggestion and you guys in your brain might be saying, oh, that's stupid, I don't want to, oh, it costs too much money, oh, need a plant, I've done it before, don't care. Well, something like that. Push yourself. You'll see that there's ideas you haven't thought of. It might spark an interest. You might grow a plant inside and it will be healthy for you. It's good for you, okay? Just quickly go over some ideas they have here. Create a centerpiece with ferns. I love decorating with ferns. Bring them inside. Ferns to me just seem like such a real outdoor plant that you just don't see in people's homes much. It's a southern thing. I've noticed it down in Georgia and stuff like that a lot. But you can really use ferns for anything. A column at the top of a column, a centerpiece for your table, things like this. Really cool. Plant up a picture. They've got, you can't see the photos here, but check out the link. Framed planters, like a half a planter, right? And stick it on a frame and put it on your wall and have plants growing out of it. Really neat idea. This one has several all in a row going up a wall. Hang them up high. Mix up your pots. Think of really cool, unique pots that people don't really use for flower pots. You know, all kinds of neat ideas. Get creative with kokedamas. That's, well, I can just look it up. It's like a mossy planter box. Yep. Complement your wall color with plants. Bring color in your life. Go for an easy care hanging display. Liven up a hallway. These people have literally plants going up their wall inside. It looks really cool. Go high with an overhead planter. Instead of like a chandelier over your dinner table, they've got a huge planter box with plants and stuff hanging. Looks really cool. Brighten the space up with bulbs. I love bulbs. They're annual though. Try a bonsai. How cool is that? I got all the equipment I needed for a bonsai last year. I haven't been able to start it yet. I've been too busy and moving around too much, but I can't wait to do my own bonsai. Really neat. Artistic. Helps with your guys' trauma. Design a leafy divider. Give shelves a lift. Cultivate a terrarium. Really neat in this big glass bulb. They have all these little things going in there. And there's many more, and I'll let you guys check those out yourself. And I highly recommend that you do so. Okay, let's get on to the questions, which are great, as always. Traveling Man from Louisiana. Hi, hello. Hi, David. Yes, I want her to reach out. You're concerned for her health. So he's talking about his ex. You're concerned for her health. You're curious. You miss her. You try to process, but when you think about moving on, you get a very heavy, guilty feeling. As odd as it sounds, if I was to find out she was with someone else, it would be easier for me to move on and not feel guilty. I've recently began to speak daily with someone and hang out once a week. I feel guilty, like I've cheated, even though we haven't done anything. I'm scared that this feeling will not go away. I keep seeing her cry on my chest the day before she left me, begging me not to leave her. So, and she's already smeared me to everyone. And, you know, you care about her. You know that she's dysfunctional. You know that maybe she's dangerous and is going to get hurt and stuff like this. And I think this is a relationship that obviously was built on some sort of responsibility for her. And if you're like this, maybe there's something to this in your childhood. I like to always try to point these things out, help let you connect the dots, but kind of suggest it. Typically, this is a form of parentification. Maybe you were somewhat parentified as a child. Maybe you were there emotionally for your mother or your father. And it can be hard to identify. Maybe you took care of your siblings, stuff like this. And so you feel a sense of responsibility and duty to another person, which you do not have. The only time we do that is when we have our own children until they grow up, okay? So it reminds me of a pet, right? My pet escaped. My pet got out. And you're not just, I love my pet and miss my pet. My pet is in danger. Right? My pet may get hit by a car. Somebody bad might take my dog and adopt them. Somebody might hurt my dog. Yeah? Because you're responsible for your pet. You're not responsible for anybody else but yourself. So this, I hope, gives you some insight into yourself and your behaviors and your choices and your feelings. Where did this come from? It could greatly help you to find out. Now, you say, I keep seeing her cry on my chest. But at my last session, okay, I'm sorry here. She was begging you not to leave or give up on her. It's a haunting visual. I've began therapy a few weeks back. And when I read this, I couldn't believe it, but I hear it all the time and I've experienced it myself. But it still is shocking when I hear such horrible advice from a mental health practitioner that you're paying a lot of money for. This is some of the worst. But at my last session, she told me the only way I'd get answers or clarity is if I saw her face to face. And I cannot do that. I feel like that will go horrible. She already smeared me to everyone else, so I feel like showing up would hurt more and fuel the fire. She didn't advise me to do that. Just said that that's the only way I'd ever know. Okay. I'm glad. If she didn't advise you to do that, that's good. It's not the only way you'll ever know. What if she doesn't know? Because this is an abuser, a manipulator, right? But more so, it doesn't know themselves. So as they tell you about themselves, they're not going to be accurate. I feel this way. Maybe she feels this way. I need this. Maybe she doesn't need that. She needs this. Maybe she says, I want this, but really wants that. Okay? So I thought at first she was telling you to do this. Apparently not. So I take that back. It's the only way you'll ever know because like she has this truth that she's not sharing with you and she knows. I don't think so. I think if she tried to tell you, it would just confuse you more. These are things you can get on your own. You don't need the other person. You don't need your abuser to give you closure. You don't need your abuser to tell you the truth of why they're leaving you and things like this because they may not know. They may lie to you. How do you know if what she says is true? But you can get these things and attain these things on your own. By talking to somebody and reflecting back on your relationship, you can see, hopefully, where it went wrong, okay? So it really doesn't matter sometimes what the other person says when you can see where it went wrong and you can see that this person is not meant for you, that you're too different, that your values don't match, and that you want this and that's not them, okay? And that might be hard to do without any other outside voices telling you this, and that's why abusers isolate you. so that you don't get this information from anybody else. If this person isn't giving you the help that you need, go find help somewhere else, okay? Because if I need help, if you need the help and they're not giving it to you, you still need it, okay? It's not just about trying to get the help I need, or just going to the session. If they're not the right one for you, then go to somebody else, okay? But that's not true. It's the only way you'll get clarity is from your abuser who doesn't know themselves and lies and manipulates. Does that make sense? No. You will get more clarity on the relationship with someone else rather than her. You will get clarity on who this person is by somebody else rather than her, because she doesn't know. Make sense? And I'm sorry, okay? If showing up would hurt you more and fuel the fire, don't do it. I agree that it probably would. There's ways of getting closure, answers, things like this, other than directly from the horse's mouth. Okay? Good luck. And talking about bad advice, I mean, I had a therapist once, $150 an hour. I took hours to explain all the horrendous abuse this person did. And what did the therapist do? Tell me to get them back in my life, and then told me how. Brian from the Bay Area. Hi, Brian. Really looking forward to taking the personality test and interest quiz. Good. Here's my question. No matter what, anywhere you go, there will be people in small communities that can be a bit much. I try to say at least one genuinely nice thing about the people that get under my skin. Those people annoy me because they reflect parts of me I'm not comfortable with. Is it sustainable to just force positive thoughts towards someone disruptive? What can I do in that moment, knowing that any reaction points back to me? And that's interesting. They reflect parts of me I'm not comfortable with. And that's great, because if I get so upset at a bad person, right, and obsess on them and tell them, oh, they're bad, they're bad, they're bad, they're bad, typically it's that person that's the bad person, right? It's the person that's doing the things they're accusing people of that they're doing. You see, that I can't accept myself. You know, positivity is great, Brian. It's great. It makes us feel better. It makes us feel more positive just by being more positive. You can do the opposite and be more negative and then feel more negative. We just have to make sure that we are living in reality. And as long as I'm being respectful and honest and have integrity, then I don't really have to concern myself too much about hurting someone's feelings, right, or their reaction, right? Because I can't always make people feel good. Every single thing I say can't be good, right? Like the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts. So sometimes I tell people the truth and it hurts them, but I do it in a very respectful, nice manner, because I realize the only alternative is to not say anything at all. Like your parents teach you, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Well, that's horseshit, isn't it? What kind of a person just says nice things all the time? You know, where are you going to be when the only thing you can think of doing to protect yourself is to say something nice? So there's a certain part of reality, right, that we have to be real. I say don't talk bad about people. And people say, well, I'm telling you things that this person did bad, so I'm talking bad about them. No, you're not talking bad about them. You're just saying something that somebody did. You can leave their name out of it. I mean, right? I hope that makes sense, Brian. And I love your comment. I love your question. It says a lot. Vanessa Gomez from California. Hi, Vanessa. So Vanessa is having problems with her children, small children, and their father. They're separated. Their father has a new girlfriend, I believe, maybe wife. They talk bad about you, Vanessa, to your children. Awful. I'm so sorry. I can't imagine to bring your children into this and use them as pawns and stuff like this. It's just disgusting. Your question is, what do you suggest about sports with the kids? Your father wants them to play sports, gets them involved in sports, signs them up, takes them, forces them, and they tell you they do not want to play. Tough situation, Vanessa. I don't like to tell parents what to do with their children. I just don't want to. I'm not even a parent. I do know a lot about parenting, but I don't have the experience. And I definitely, no matter what, don't want to tell a parent how to raise their children. There's more than one way, right? So, first of all, Vanessa, document this. Very important to document things like this for all of you in any kind of similar experience, okay? And so document means time and day stamp, right? So just keep a notepad, Vanessa, whatever, and just day and time, event, most important, feelings. How does this making you feel? How is it making your children feel? Ask them. Ask them. Okay, because this is causing your children stress, obviously. Courts don't care about you. Courts don't care about mom. They don't care about mom being abused or being under stress, or they don't, and none of that. It's just, for some reason, all the courts care about is that parents are with their children, or that children are with their parents, no matter how bad the parents are. For some reason, it has to be like biological parents or the child's screwed somehow, whatever. Document this stuff. Talk to a professional, like a lawyer, about these things. And honestly, you know, mom, it's not even mom knows best, right? It's not you and him arguing about what's best for the child. The child doesn't want to play a specific sport. And this is coming from somebody who was forced to play all kinds of things. I took every ski lesson, every tennis lesson, every golf lesson, every swimming lesson. I didn't want to. I was forced. And the one thing that was missing is any kind of connection, love, and attention from my parents. So in turn, they gave me lessons. So I would take a stand. Put your foot down. My children don't want to play these sports. They're not going to. Go talk to go tell the coaches, right? Go tell the coaches. Their father is forcing them to play these sports. They don't want to. It's stressing them out. Take them to a physical doctor. Do they have headaches, stomach aches? Very common signs and symptoms of abuse and emotional neglect. This is stress. These are things you can document. Not only is he being forced to play sports, he comes home upset. He's crying. He says he hates it. He says he feels bad and scared and don't know what to do. Write all these things down. I took him to a doctor. He's got headaches and stomach aches. And the doctor contributes it to stress, emotional. Do you see this case we're building up? Sabotage it. Go tell the coaches, my children are playing on your team. If you allow it, there's going to be problems. So you can tell their father, your child is not playing on my team because mom came and said, I don't want my children to do this. See if that works. I don't know, Vanessa, you know, you guys who are parents and have children, any kind of similar situation, go down below and help Vanessa. What do you suggest? You know, Vanessa, I'm sorry. This won't last forever, right? And it's not just until your children are 18. Vanessa, talk to somebody. You need help too, mom. Okay? These are kinds of things that we can help, because a lot of things we aren't in control of, and it's really important to know what I'm not in control of. You may not be in control of this. Okay? I don't know. I mean, it has to do with laws. It has to do with agreements you guys made. It has to do with the father and the mother. You know, there's a lot involved here, but you can always ask a lawyer what they think, a mediator in court. Those are free. And you can, I would advise that you talk to someone, mom, because if this stuff stresses you out and you can't make it stop or change it, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You got to release this. Just talk to somebody. They might be able to give you better advice, okay? I can always give people better advice one-on-one. When I don't know you and you just ask a question, it's a little bit more difficult. I hope that makes sense, and good luck. I'm sorry, Vanessa, that you have to experience this. And I'm sorry for your children. I'd imagine there's much, much worse things they're going through. Maybe at the time that your father has them, that their father has them, maybe it's better they're off playing sports rather than being at the house with them. I don't know. Vanessa, again, good morning from California. Hi. I just got done watching your My Story video, and it really was inspiring and gave me hope. The question I did have is when you mentioned about the step-parenting putting you down and abusing you, and then going to your father and blaming you. How can I protect my son when he tells me that that is what he's going through at his dad's house? I think I'm scared because I see what my son goes through, and he comes back angry, and he's... So if your son is telling you that he's being physically abused, call the police. Okay? Document, ask him how he feels, look for bruises, cuts, scrapes, and call the police. It's illegal. Don't make it easy. Make the police go over there. Make Children's Services Division go over there and investigate this stuff. Force it. If they won't, get a lawyer to make them. A lot of times police don't want to do their job. And there's one thing that police do not like to get involved with, and that's domestic disputes, especially with children. They hate it. They hate it. They want to help children, but they all too often they get in a lot of trouble. So, and it kind of turns out like a he said, she said, and they just want to leave it up to the courts, you know. The father doesn't believe him and stepmom. So, I mean, document, contact a lawyer, file a police report. That's really important. And you can file a police report for anything. File police reports every time this happens. Build up that case, get copies of them, and demand an investigation. Unfortunately, in this country, Child Protective Services is awful. I've seen way more parents and children not get help than get any kind of help. So, I'm sorry, it's just the truth. It doesn't mean don't try. It doesn't mean stop. Okay? Awful. Awful. 9 and your daughter is 7. What I meant by you don't have to necessarily wait till you're 18. Find out what you can do. Contact people that are professionals in this. From child care professionals and family therapists. Get a therapist for yourself. Hire a lawyer. Contact a lawyer. Just find out legal questions. Know your rights. Know what you can control and what you cannot in the state of California. Okay? Start talking to other people that have been in similar experiences and find out what you can do. Find out if you can leave. Probably not. See what happens if you do. Tough situation. There's not always a perfect answer, Vanessa, and I'm sorry. But get the help that you need. Like I said, not everything you can be in control of. So those things you can't control, what are you going to do about it? Okay? Talk to somebody about it. I'm sorry. Get your children in therapy, though. If the therapist starts identifying the problems your children will have or are having, it might help. And your children need somebody else to talk to, okay? Children can't just always rely on their mom or their father to talk to about their mom or their father. It just doesn't work, trust me. Your children aren't even telling you all of it. They don't want to hurt their father, even when their father abuses them. So finding someone neutral really helps. Finding a male therapist or coach or somebody can help because it's another good male role model, someone positive, someone healthy. Because your children, unfortunately, are learning what a man is, what a husband, father is for him. Good luck. Tracy from Southern Hemisphere. I live with my boyfriend of 10 months. He demanded to draw up a relationship contract with relationship rules and begged me to sign it. These are terms and we agree on them or we don't. Sounds like they're his terms and he's telling you to agree on them. After this, he's kicked me out 3 times and hoovers me back. He disrespects me daily and then he follows up his insults with just joking. I'm planning on leaving him. I just want your reassurance and discipline to follow through on leaving, as I know I deserve better than this. I'm glad you know that, Tracy. What we need is for you to feel it. Self-worth is it's beyond logic. Okay? It's about how we feel about ourselves. Don't do this alone. Do not try to do this alone. You need support. So you call on every single person in your life to support you. You tell them what you're going through, you tell them how you're feeling, and you tell them what you want and what you need. Okay? And if there's people in your life that you can't do that with, why are they in your life? If they can't support you when you need them, what is the freaking point? I'm guessing because they need you. Or you don't have anybody. Hire somebody. Hire a therapist. Hire a psychologist. Hire a life coach. All 3. Are you worthy of it? You decide that. You decide if you are worthy of what you want, of what you need to make yourself feel better. Stay true to your values. I'm sorry. Good luck. There is help out there available for you. And anybody who wants help with things like this, you can contact me at daviddemars.com. The link is right below. I know how to help you get closure without contacting your abuser. I know how to get you to escape from abusers. I know how to help you with children and things like this. So there is help available out there. If you believe you're worthy of it, prove it. Sally, Don't know where you're from. Tell us your locations. What's the difference between ghosting, discard, and silent treatment? Or is there a difference? Are all three used by narcs, usually? Well, all three are toxic, immature, irresponsible, abusive behaviors. Does that help? Do narcs typically usually do that? Yeah. Because they're immature, toxic, irresponsible, manipulative children. So unfortunately, they're all different. Unfortunately, ghosting is a thing that people love to do, and it's on the rise, and I just experience it consistently. People will contact me for sessions. I reply, no reply. I reply again, no reply. I reply again, no reply. The typical way that clients stop seeing their therapist, psychologist, life coach is to ghost them. To make an appointment, not show up, not explain, not apologize, and not contact them again until they need them again. Now, if you're doing this in your personal life, you're going to have major freaking problems. Ghosting just means everything's fine one day, tomorrow, I'm not there, and I don't talk to you again. That's ghosting. Simple. But awful. And becoming more acceptable, or just more used, widely used. It's not just narcs, guys. You, and yes, even you in the back. I've been guilty of this. I'm sure I have. Discard. We can end relationships. We can break up with relationships. We can divorce, right? We can tell them, and we can tell them why. We can just tell them they suck and goodbye and things like this. But discard is something we do to garbage. And after we use it all up and it's no good because you won't stop crying, because you won't stop begging me, because you won't stop bothering me at work and calling me and just think that I'm going to answer. So I discard you. I throw you away like a piece of garbage. And I tell you, you're no good to me anymore. Bye-bye. And I don't care how you feel, and I don't care what's going on with you, and I'm not going to be there for you. I'm going to desert you. I don't care if we have an agreement. I'm going to go against it. I don't care if, whatever. Silent treatment is an abuse tactic that a lot of people that do it may be aware they're doing it, may not be aware they're doing it. You may have a toxic narcissist that's using the silent treatment and just ignoring you to make you feel that small, non-existent, or to, put you down and realize I'm not going to talk to you until you do what I want, until you listen to me, until you stop complaining and asking for things to shut up, boom, and then I'll let you know what's going on. Ignoring someone. Not necessarily relationships over, just to control you, okay? And all these can be used as control. I can ghost you and decide I'm not done with you. I'm just going to come back after I'm done cheating on you. Real common in a relationship. I ghost, silent treatment, I'm cheating on you, I come back, I tell you we weren't together, it's your fault, I did it because of what you did to me. Kind of rationalizing their bad behaviors. Hope that made sense. Ghosting, I'm like a ghost. Don't say anything. Discard, throw you away like a piece of garbage. How do you know you've been discarded? You feel like a piece of garbage. And silent treatment, just not gonna talk to you, right? I'm just gonna ignore you, watch TV as you go like this, and I'm just gonna... Right. Hope you got it. Please don't ever accept any of these behaviors from anyone, Sally. Jennifer from the United Kingdom. Hi, Jennifer. What's the difference of being alone and feeling lonely during recovery? Alone, which nobody is ever alone. Nobody is ever alone. When someone says, I'm alone, you're lacking self-awareness. I can tell you I'm by myself, but I don't know if I've ever used the word I'm alone. Now, we can feel all alone. We can feel lonely, right? That's a feeling. Hope that makes sense. So, Jennifer, I'm never alone. Never. Not even right now. Not even after I'm done making this video. I'm by myself. There's nobody else in this room or in my home, but I'm never alone. I have felt lonely. That's when I realized I didn't have myself, or that's when I didn't realize that I have myself. Everybody, you have yourself, okay? And we need a relationship with ourselves. That's where it starts. we can't have a relationship with anybody else until we have a relationship with ourselves. And that's knowing exactly what you need, what you want, how you feel, what you value, in your own opinion. And you're never alone. You've just felt lonely. So other feelings of not being in touch with ourselves is when we worry. When we're alone, we feel lonely, we worry, anxiety, depression. Okay? These are feelings that we don't have when we don't have a good, strong relationship with ourselves. Okay? You're not alone, Jennifer. Hi, David. It's Salema from France. Hi, Salema. Why does everybody forget my birthday? Why is it so... I'm sorry, Salema. Happy birthday. Shoot. I'm sorry. Why is it so difficult for people in my life to remember that day? And why do I still care after all these years of humiliation? So, we have feelings. They're not wrong. They're not right. They're not good. They're not bad. I know some feel good and bad, but they just are the way we are, so you care. Just accept it. You care. It matters to you. And, you know, Salema, if more people gave you emotional attention, offered you emotional security, how are you, how you feeling, helping you feel good and not feel bad, giving you your own autonomy and privacy, these are emotional needs. And when these are met in relationships, then you won't care so much about your birthday. I think that your birthday is a day that you reflect on your relationships and how people treat you and how you feel. And it feels like crap because you're in a shitty relationship. Okay? I know that I don't want the attention of my birthday, but if I have people in my life that don't care, then it feels bad, right? But when I have people that do care in my life, I don't really need much happy birthdays. Okay? Hope that makes sense. You do care, Slama, because you care about yourself. And if you have people in your life that don't care about you, it feels awful, doesn't it? Okay? So maybe it's that they don't care. Maybe your birthday is a representation of you, and they don't really care too much emotionally about you. Try. Tell them. Tell them how it makes you feel when they forget and that you'd like them to remember, and see if they do next year, okay? Barbara from Maryland. Hi, Barbara. I'm 7 months out of a very abusive marriage. There was every kind of abuse. I cannot seem to let go and move on. I'm in therapy, but I feel I need more help. Is there any specific type of work for trauma bonds and being addicted to the relationship, etc.? People tell me just forget him and meet someone nice. Okay, best way to get over a guy is get under a new one. What about you? Why do we always have to meet someone? Oh, that's Mr. Wrong. Go find Mr. Right. Well, hold on. Give yourself a break to have a relationship with yourself first, okay? So, yes, there's many things that you could be doing. Barbara, it sounds like you're not getting the help that you need. There are just too many professionals that don't know how to help you, okay? Unfortunately, and I'm really sorry, but get somebody who can. Or are you not doing what they're telling you to do, okay? I can come up with suggestions all day with my clients, and they cannot get better at all because they're not even trying or taking some of them, okay? There's so many things you can do, and it's what I offer in coaching. Okay, so it's like if you drive up to me, if I'm a car mechanic and you drive up to me and say, hey David, how do I completely rebuild my own engine? And I say, well, I could do it for you, or I could spend weeks, months teaching you how to do it. Do you get my point? So you can come hire me and I can help you heal from this because I do know how. Or I could sit and try to explain it to all you guys for free in comment sections, which really doesn't get through to you, okay? It's not about just knowing, it's about talking, okay? If helping my clients was just about the information I know, well then here's all the information, I'm gonna sell this in a video. That's all I need to do. I don't need to spend my time all day talking to people every week, same people. I just go, here. It's not about the information, it's about the exchange. Okay? I'm sorry, Barbara, if you're not getting the help that you need, go find the help that you need. Okay? There are just people that can't help with this, right? A foot doctor can't give you a heart transplant. All right? I hope I helped you. Let me know. Emily from South Africa, thank you for everything you do. How can you feel more comfortable around other people? And you're welcome. Thank you for thanking me. How do we feel more comfortable generally around other people? We be around other people. So the number one way to not feel comfortable around people is to isolate. Over time, we feel less and less comfortable. We get more and more scared. We get more and more self-conscious. So to be comfortable around people means be around people more. Push it. Push yourself. The only way to trust somebody is to trust them. We can't just trust somebody first and then be in their life. We have to try. Okay? This all gets better, Emily, with just better experiences. You've had bad ones, so we don't have confidence. People that have confidence don't have to worry anymore. They said, I've dealt with this. I know how to. Okay? So you're young, Emily. You're going to get hurt again. I'm sorry. But as we mature, it doesn't hurt as much. And we get less scared of it. We have some good positive experiences, and we know that we can again. Okay? Thank you. Hi, David. Rory from Ohio. Hi, Rory. What does the narcissist think when they hear forever? Do they already have an end game? Forever until you're not? Forever until you disagree with me? Forever until you're not young anymore? Forever until you make a mistake? Or is any reason enough for you to not be forever anymore? Thank you so much for answering questions. Well, here you have, you're welcome. Thank you for asking them. Here you have somebody who's not aware of themselves. So in the beginning, the idealized value is just somebody who doesn't aware of themselves. I think you're so amazing before I know you. I think you're this bad person that you're not. And so at first, people will get excited and make commitments forever. A lot of these people can't regulate themselves emotionally, and they feel like the only way to show you that I love you and I'm devoted is to say forever. Let's get married right away. No, I need to prove to you how I feel. It's like, well, you can just tell me. Works. So some people might believe this is forever, right? I don't know. You know, we're talking about millions of people. But there are some that do. There are some that say, I'm going to tell you forever to hook you. And once I believe I get you, then you'll see the way it's going to be. And I've seen this many times and heard this many times on the wedding night. Hooked. The ring is a hook. Gotcha. I got you. I netted you. You're in my trap and you can't leave. So now I'm going to tell you how things are really going to be. Pretty sick. That's why we take a very, very, very long time to get to know somebody. And the people that are trying to rush are the people saying, no, don't get to know me. Quick. Marry me first. Quick, move in with me first, because you're going to get to know me soon, and I hate myself, so will you. Victoria from the Bay Area says, I finally accept my family doesn't want me around. My question is, how do I stop crying every morning? I'm sorry, Victoria. So, if crying isn't working, we need something maybe more productive. Talk. Talk to people, because there is no supplement, there is no alternative. Talk. Tell them how bad it feels and why. Have somebody say, I'm sorry, Victoria. Isn't that amazing? That's healing. I bet you haven't done it. I'm just guessing you haven't done it. Maybe you're in the process of doing it right now. Maybe you tried and you stopped. Keep seeing someone. Keep seeing someone. Keep talking to someone. And as we heal from our past, we have to look forward to our future. Have some kind of a plan. What do you want? Even that might be too confusing. What do you want? I don't know. What do you want in life? I don't know. What do you want in your future? Where do you want to be, Victoria? What kind of people do you want in your life? What interests you? What goals and plans do you have? Something. Let's look forward as we are working on our past. Because if we aren't looking forward and we aren't talking to anybody, we're just going to keep dwelling on that. And it's going to get bigger and worse. We might start thinking things that aren't even true. We might start getting a skewed perception of the past that wasn't really true. It's too difficult to process these things alone. It can be psychologically damaging for the rest of your life. It can make you worse, okay? I wrote here, begin opening up to someone and releasing these feelings by expressing them in communication to another person. There is no other substitute. By not doing this, you are determining your self-worth and torturing yourself, which will only make you worse. Okay, Victoria, I'm really sorry. Keep crying. Okay, keep crying. Be productive about it, maybe. What am I crying about? Why am I feeling so bad? What about? What's the truth? So difficult to do alone, if not impossible. Jennifer Ellis from United Kingdom asked, David, can a psychopath be without narcissism? No, I don't believe so. I believe it's the root. A lot of people say that to have antisocial personality disorder, you've got to fit all the criteria for narcissistic personality disorder. Now, I said it's a requirement because you're just saying narcissism, right? I mean, all 10 personality disorders have narcissism. You could say depression is a form of narcissism, isn't it? It's all about me. I don't want anybody else in my life. I don't need anybody else in my life. The world's a bad place. I'm good. I wrote, one may not necessarily be very entitled or maybe not extremely grandiose, which are the criteria for narcissistic personality disorder. All 7 of them. You might find a psychopath that doesn't have one of these, or doesn't express them or display them. It doesn't surface. It's not a huge component of who they are. Rare, but true. Okay? So narcissism is a main component. Jennifer again. David, what is a BPD-FP? A BPD-FP is an XYZ elemental P ABC. Just kidding. Favorite person. A borderline's favorite person. My BFF, which I never want to be again. Borderlines have to idealize. They don't have much of a self. They don't want to focus on their self. Okay, so they want to focus on you. They want to focus on others. They want to focus on good people, and they want to focus on bad people. And we already know that borderlines devalue, falsely accuse, smear, things like this, obsess. But they also obsess on good people, favorite people, BFF. You're the answer to everything to me. I mean, they take idealization to a whole nother level. I think we all idealize to some degree, but borderlines, oh my God. The best you'll ever be to a borderline is right when they meet you. Because from there, it tends to just go around. Favorite person, right? BFF, best friends forever. The person that they want to idealize and focus on rather than themselves. Okay? A distraction, a deterrent. I don't need to find out who I am. I need to focus on other people's qualities that I like and enjoy. Okay? Thank you guys. That's it for the questions today. Thank you. Great questions and great comments, and thank you for sharing your experiences. I really appreciate all your guys' support. I really need it right now. I've been needing it for a while. YouTube has changed policies, and the banning and just everything they're doing is just awful. There's so many channels suffering from this. I'm telling you guys, YouTube is offering you free education, entertainment, information. So all you have to do is support the ones you find valuable, right? I mean, I don't even make money doing this, okay? I don't even monetize. So support. One button. That's it. That's it. Thank you guys. Love yourself first. Keep asking questions. Keep healing. Keep growing. And grow a plant. All right? Thank you. Love yourself first. See you next week. Bye.